Boy's head is turning. Another is in for an unexpected reunion. Hello? Oh, that's my head. That's my head. What?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know this video, your girl KylerB coming out with a new video. So today we're going to be talking about Love Island USA Season 5 Episode 20. Let's get right into the video. As you know, Casa Amor has started. The girls went into the Casa Villa, and the villa looks actually really nice. It looks like they US put money in that second villa, and it looks a little bit more nicer than the main villa. So basically, the girls are just basically trying to do their rounds and talk to basically every guy. So Cassie was talking to Rob first, and they just had like a little awkward chat. Next thing you know, we see Destiny and Zay are talking, and the conversation seems pretty nice. You know, he's 23, she's 27, but you know, he seems very mature. He's in the Air Force, you know, and you know, seemed like a nice conversation. Imani and Kyle are speaking, you know, another decent conversation, but it just seems, you know, like just the first conversation, just getting to know what's going on. Carmen speaks to Rob, and you know, he picks up a frog, and you know, before they have their conversation, and you know, she basically talks, you know, about her interests. He talks about his interests, you know, things of that nature. He said he can solve Rubik's Cube, whatever. KK, she's doing her rounds. I think she was talking to Eddie. KK and Eddie had like a really nice conversation. You know, I think she pulled him for a chat. So I was like, okay, KK actually making moves. KK's making moves. She's pulling people for a chat. She said this is Casa. This is her time. Okay. They really said they're gonna be on Bergie time. They're gonna be acting like Bergie, because Bergie the single person who got no care in the world. So that's basically the highlights of the girls' conversation so far. The guys are obviously, you know, without their girls. Leonardo, he over here like, oh my gosh, I miss Cassie. Marco over here talking about he miss Hannah. And I think everybody else feels pretty open. Keenan over here talking about, oh, he feels sad, you know, that he's gonna close it off with KK and da. But that all changes as soon as the girls come in the villa. Okay, so they go to bed, they have their sleeps. Carmen and Rob sleep together. KK and Eddie sleep same bed. Matthias and Cassie sleep in the same bed. I think they had a conversation before that. You know, Destiny and Zay slept in the same bed, da. So next morning, we see Rob and Imani having a chat. And I was like, okay, what is even going on in this conversation? What is even going on? Next thing you know, I guess Imani just got all, you know, lost in his eyes. And she basically asked Rob to kiss her so she can, like, you know, unfog her brain or whatever. So they shared a kiss, like, right out in the open, in the villa, whatever. So everybody was shocked. Everybody was shook, you know, that they were kissing like that. So they didn't know the context behind it at all. So then later that day, Carmen and Rob have a conversation. And, you know, Carmen mentioned, like, oh, I thought you, like, really like Imani. Like, I thought that was, like, more your vibe or something like that. And he was just like, he's interested in getting to know Carmen. Like, anybody can tell you he was more interested in getting to know Carmen. I think the kiss for Imani was very much out of nowhere. But, you know, she's in Casa. She's on her Zoom. She's saying she's going to get to know everybody. KK over here talking about Charlotte. She's going to get to know everybody, okay? She's like, I don't care. She's going to get to know everyone. Cassie over here that is really interested in Matthias out of all people. She likes Rob's, who she calls Snake Guy, but I think Rob is checking for Carmen more than he's checking for Cassie. But, later on today, we can see that Matthias is really Cassie's number one. Now, Hannah is basically like, she just really only cares about Marco. I mean, just a day before this, her and Marco had a chat, and she basically told him that she was closed off, and he agreed to being closed off. So at the end of the day, I don't think there's anybody really gonna turn Hannah's head at all. I think Hannah's just like ready for Casa to be over. Carmen, don't let her fool you. She's also waiting for Casa to be over. I mean, she's entertaining Rob, but that is not going to make her sway from Kenzo. So don't let Carmen fool you. She's definitely going back to Kenzo. Like, they're running game on us, but we can peep it from a mile away, okay? It is what it is. Back in the villa, the girls, they get the text that the girls are coming in. And next thing you know, 7 girls come in. To be honest, there are 7 girls, 7 new names. And you gotta, there's 2 Taylors, Taylor C and Taylor, who's a blonde. And then there's a girl named Allie, the girl named Naja, one named Johnny. A couple people who are really making something shake. And out of the 7 girls, only 3 are really worth your time so far in this episode. Is Naja, Allie, and maybe Johnny. That's it. Okay, I mean, I don't know anybody else who really made something shake in this episode, but those are the only 3 that really made something shake in the episode. And I actually know their names. Okay, that should let you know something. But Naja, she pulls Keenan for a chat, and basically Keenan says in the confessional, she basically looks like KK, her face card doesn't decline, like, Mr. About to be closed off is definitely still open. This Mr. I was going to tell KK we were closed off, but he over here talking about, test this, test that. I thought we were done with test. I thought test was over. I thought this was pencils down. But he's still saying testing because he's still being like, he's trying to be like, what if KK be embarrassed and bring somebody back and and this and that. So he's trying to basically one-up her and still be open. And I'm like, okay, let him be open, because let KK, get to know the guys. Mr. Eddie over here, okay? Like, let KK let them know the guys, okay? So Nod and him had a chat. The next conversation was Allie with Bergie. Obviously, the producers with that sad music or that motivational music, they given Bergie. Basically, Allie, caught his eye. They have a conversation. He basically talked about that with his previous, getting to know the girls in the villa. He had to basically be somebody else. And with Allie, he can be himself. He can talk normally or whatever, something like that. I don't know. But basically, he's just saying, it's very natural of her. She's from Wisconsin, and things of that nature. So, this is Casa Amor, so the girls are going to say what they're going to say. They're going to say what they're going to say, to be honest. I mean, if that Allie is Bergie, if Bergie is Allie's vibe, then touche, okay? But then we get Taylor C over here talking about that she really likes Bergie. Like, Bergie has a lot of confidence, and she wants to get to know Bergie. But I'm like, I don't think Bergie really checking for her. Because last time I checked, he be talking about how the blonde hair, blue eyes is his type. But he definitely checked for Allie and Taylor. So, and I think, Allie and him are a done deal for sure. We definitely see Leo basically says that him and Naja have that Ohio connect, but once Keenan kind of swoop her up, he's not checking for her. And last but not least, who's also making something shake in the villa, Johnny. I mean, but I don't think she hasn't really initially talked to anybody yet. I think she talked to Jonah and Marco and I think somebody else, but it was like, you know, a basic chat. So back in Casa, we did Truth or Dare, and basically we see Cassie basically had to Spider-Man kiss Matthias. Well, she didn't have to. She kissed her top two, which was Matthias and Rob, and Matthias was obviously her number one. KK, she kissed the Bergie lookalike Brandon, and I was like, bro, because they were like, oh, kiss somebody who might turn your head, and she basically kissed Brandon. Her and Brandon had like a conversation prior, and you know, it is what it is, but I'm like, it's really Eddie that she really likes. So Eddie's probably like, oh, you looking for him. But anyways, Eddie, he kissed his top two, or he had the 3-way kiss his top two, which was Destiny and KK. Destiny didn't know that he was checking for her, so she was like, oh, okay. The 3-way kisses, they need to be stopped because they're not making no noise and they don't want to do it. Like, what is this? Like, what is this? Like, please stop. Like, you know, KK was like, nah, I don't like 3-way kisses, and we already definitely know Destiny not about it. That every time they suggested for Destiny, Destiny's like, she would kiss the guy first, and the guy can kiss the other girl. Like, she not about it. And I'm like, I don't, like, yeah, please stop. We see the preview, and the preview basically showed Keenan and Nadja in bed doing something. And I'm just like, I thought Mr. Closed Off. I thought Mr. About to Be Closed Off. Like, that's his name. Mr. About to Be Closed Off was not going to be moving like that, but he moving like that. And I'm like, wow. And then the producers, they're so messy. They brought in Marco's ex to the villa. They have 7 new girls in the villa, and they already know that Marco not going to really turn his head because he's closed off, and Hannah's not turning her head at all. So they would have been like, definitely, you know, getting that winner's bag, you know, to be honest. But they brought in his ex, so yeah, they want to see something shake. They want to see some drama, you know, because why would you go scope out for Marco's ex? You know, you being real messy for doing that. Real messy, and she showed up. So we got to see what's going on. But other than that, Cassie and this Matthias guy, I'm like, I mean, with the fact that Destiny answered the question where who is the guy in the villa who says he's closed off but who's going to be open, if then he said Leonardo for sure. She said Leonardo for sure, and like I guess Cassie was like, you know, I guess had a little surprised look on her face. So maybe because of that comment that Leonardo's gonna move mad, as you know, because he did previously, she's gonna move mad. So that's probably gonna be Cassie moving mad in Casa, and Leonardo gonna stay single, and he's gonna look like, you know, a victim. He's gonna be a victim. But at the end of the day, it's Casa Amor. But anyway, guys, if you like the video, comment down below, let me know your thoughts, comments, concerns, and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. Peace.